Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Taiji, where I've spent a couple more minutes looking at this and I still don't have a solution for it. Yeah, I really don't. Okay, if these two are a group, let me say like this is a whole group here. Well, this would need a second yellow. So yeah, this breaks down immediately. All right, no, you know what? We're giving up on this. We don't even need to solve this one. It just opens a gate that we can move around. So is there anything else to do in this area, or shall we just... Oh, there's a puzzle over here that I just, like, didn't even... I mean, all that does is open some gates as well. But we can go have a look at it. The raft is in a position where it's easy enough to get... it's easy enough to get over there and take a peek. Is this one terribly difficult? So these are going to have to be in the same group, right? Because there's no way for either of them to reach to the other corner without encompassing at least 3 yellow dots. So this is for sure a group. These also have to be lit up. Yeah, so this C shape is for sure one group. And then... we need some separation on these. So like if this is a group, it separates all the yellows appropriately. And then... but it doesn't actually separate this pair of yellows from that pair of yellows, which is problematic. Well, no, it's not problematic. This is totally fine. Yeah, that's a perfectly valid solution to that. And that does give us a little bit of freedom of movement, which I appreciate. So we can get out of here to another area. Oh yeah, this, right. This one's abstract enough that I still don't even really understand what it is. Like which bits of this thing map to which bits of the tree? Or is that even what's happening? Also, this puzzle's definitely not part of... this puzzle's definitely not part of any puzzle area, so it may well be the case that this doesn't do anything when it's solved, and it's just like for tracking, you know. There are puzzles that don't have any material effect on the world, but if you want to like 100%, they do exist, or who knows. It's very pretty here, I'll say that. So these are all puzzles that we solved, and like these are puzzles like when I'm theorizing that tree might be. Puzzles that are just in the world to do, but that don't actually like, you know, nothing is gated behind completion for this stuff. All right, we didn't actually do anything inside the house. I just kind of ran out. But there was a door way over here. Yeah, maybe we want to take a look in, because there is certainly a puzzle completion torch. Is that? That is me. That is our player character. Well, that's curious. I mean, it looks like you could imagine this sort of as representing like the tall, narrow shape of the puzzle. And if you did, the dark squares are, I mean, those positions don't correspond very cleanly to anything. They're like here is what I would say. That's the conversion I would give. Although I guess it's black squares, so maybe it's those are the only ones that aren't lit? No. Yep, and then this one is also the same dimensions as the painting. But like, So we can see a number of white and black squares, but we can't see any necessarily like any relation to positions. Oh, or this could be a thing. This could be not 3 white squares, but rather 3 pips, because we've seen a puzzle that has die pips in it before. Yeah. Maybe that's something. I like that very much. Huh. Are these the okay, that's a full-on Amondrian. Okay, so there's something we're supposed to be getting here. All right, let's go back downstairs. I think these puzzles may be the teaching puzzles for this mechanic, but I have no idea how to... Okay, so like this has white dots in these positions. That's not the solution though. It also has black dots, like, so there are 2 black dots here. But what do I do with that? Also, I guess it's interesting that on this wall, interacting with the space makes it look darker rather than more lit. I was trying to just like put the dark bits approximately where they are, but does marking these maybe... Huh. So the tile that we're standing on now is also marked. Okay, so the tile glows as long as there's any spaces in the puzzle that are glowing. I don't really know what to make of that, though. It's interesting how sort of like hazy this is. So we're not just trying to reproduce the painting in some kind of abstract way, right? Probably. Okay, 3 white dots, 2 black dots. So that's like a black, 2 black, 3 white, right? But how do I... I was trying, I turned this one white 3 times, turned this one black twice, turned this one black once, but yeah, this is probably like the intro puzzle for this mechanic. If we can figure out how to read this, we can extrapolate from there to the others. Does this go up to the same gallery floor? Yes, this is the same floor that we can see from below. Okay. And there's no way back down from this side? No, we enter from the other. So yeah. It really does feel then, with the combination of the simplicity and the size and the placement, this is the puzzle that's supposed to teach us this. What the hell do we make of it? And then the other stuff downstairs in the house is reached from a completely different place. So yeah, it's probably not actually connected. Maybe. Maybe. This is one of those traceable path puzzles, but we have no idea what we're tracing. Okay, still an awful lot to figure out here. I guess let's take a minute and sit with these pip puzzles, which is what I am going to call them for the moment. And I'm assuming as we solve these, probably bits in the little toy house will light up. Okay, what could this mean? We don't have a way of... Yeah, we don't have a way of making anything other than lit up, not lit up, or glowy edges up here on any of these squares. So... there's just not a lot of things that they could mean. It could be like fill in one square adjacent to me, fill in two squares adjacent to me. What's the difference between black and white? Maybe it's like one square adjacent to me has to be black, one square adjacent, or two squares adjacent to me have to be black. There aren't three squares adjacent to this one, but yeah, we can fill it in at least, and that makes three. I didn't figure this was going to be right, and unfortunately with this one, there's no flashing symbols. There's no like, you got this part of it wrong. So we can't even test for success on individual mechanics. We can either succeed or fail the puzzle as a whole. That is one thing that's really useful in the Witness, is when you've screwed up an element of a puzzle, each element that you've screwed up glows red. And it did work that way in some of the other puzzles here in Taiji, but it's not working that way now. It's hard to imagine it would have anything to do with the order. Like I really don't want it to be the case that it's anything other than the completed state of the puzzle. If it really has something to do with ordering, how would we know when we have like reset it to be able to try it again, right? What would dye pips even mean? We've concluded it's not. Set these things in order. Yeah. It has to be something that's compatible with there being different numbers and also with them potentially being different colors. Although I might be... okay. I might be doing too much in trying to link the different colors to the numbers. Because remember, we have seen a puzzle with pips where the numbers were in yellow and blue. So this can't mean like one black square in any way, because there's no way for those other symbols to have meant one blue square, right? So it's not that these are black and white, but merely that these are different colors from one another. Probably. Okay. I was wondering if it was like indicating a ratio. Like 3 of the 3 to 3, there's even numbers of the different colors in the puzzle. But it's not that, and it's not a version of that that's specific to the locations of the things. Yeah, I think I said yesterday that it really feels like this game's a lot worse at the part where it teaches you the mechanics, which is like a very critical part of the Witness. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these aren't the tutorial puzzles for this mechanic. Maybe we're supposed to already understand how it works before we get here. Because it is very hard to imagine how you could possibly look at this and go, oh yeah, I see. All right, maybe let's try to go somewhere else. So I do want to go over and look at the map peg real quick. Yeah, all right, we have the whole right side of the island yet. to mess with and maybe stumble across something that will help us comprehend the meaning of these symbols. So let's do that. Let's go over there. One of the big problems here is that it's very difficult to know when I have missed something because I have all the information, I'm just not putting the pieces together, and when I'm missing something because we don't yet have all the information we're supposed to have about how it works, you know? And again, this is something I felt like The Witness was really good about, was like letting you know, okay, you have the pieces now. Comprehend this. You could do it. Okay, so we saw this area a little bit earlier, but we need to, at the very least, get to the other side of it. So this one cannot be the same kind of deal where we're grouping like-colored symbols together by whether or not they're light or dark, because there's only two black symbols and they're necessarily different colors. So what could it be? There's two black symbols, they're necessarily different colors. There's three blue symbols, they're necessarily the same color. The way things are positioned, we can't form a single group of all of the symbols of each color. I mean, for like 6 different reasons, that doesn't work. Yeah, There's just absolutely nothing to go on here, and there's too much in that puzzle to just try a bunch of stuff. Alright, well, we can't actually get through there to find anything further east or south. Okay, this is something. Where's the starting puzzle for this area? This gets us under here, but not in a way that lets us activate anything. Alright, we ran past this area before. How do I get up onto that ledge down there? That would be useful. It is unclear, actually. Okay, flowers of different colors. You know, like in The Witness. Okay, I mean, solving this entirely through intuition at the moment. Right, the number of yellow flower groups indicates the number of white cells. Ah, no it does not. Interesting. Why is the solution to this? Huh. Why are these two the same? How is that being indicated? What am I supposed to be getting about the colors? Because the solution to this one was turn on the bottom 3. This one, which has the same central symbol, is turn off the bottom 3. It has to do with, well, okay, so I'm making the colors match the color that's in the middle, though. Yeah. Oh, that's why these two are different, because this square is white, but this square is black. So the purple ones are, you're seeking the negation of the interior color, and the yellow ones are seeking the same color as the interior color. Right? Yes. Okay. Sorry. exactly backwards there. I just explained this and then did it wrong. Okay, we're just assuming that the purple ones are in there because we can't actually see them. So these all want to be not yellow. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Interesting. Can't actually interact with it. That's fine. So this one should be interior color. These should not be. Ah. Yeah. It's like what I would like is to connect to the other puzzles, but this isn't. Wait, were they always not positional? I guess I just kind of assumed a positional relationship. Yeah, that was a total assumption, wasn't it? Interesting. Hold on a second. What's over here? Okay. Oh, these are walkable floor puzzles. I see, I see. All right, well. Except I can't interact with the squares at all. I have to provide power from this thing somehow? All right, how do I do that? Oh. This thing lit up a second symbol because now it has two bridges attached to it. Interesting. So this one here has a lit up symbol that is blue. They don't all have the same symbol on them, and... Huh. Alright, let me... So can I seize control of both of these? I can. Okay, this one's blue. That one wasn't blue before, right? Oh, okay. This is I don't want platform. This is I do want platform, right? This is the thing coming out of the circle is a platform. Okay, so... But you're not happy. Because maybe you need exactly one platform? Yeah, I think so. Okay. That's really interesting. We have a weird lattice work here. We have a way underneath. Isn't this already... Oh, no, sorry. These all want to be the other color. No, because if you make these the... Okay, hold on a second. So, if I turn this white, it wants all of the others to be black. So we want to make like a checkerboard pattern, right? Now these are all correct? Yes. Okay. So this wants one of the tiles around it to be the same color that it is. That satisfies both of these, so this should be dark, and that should be dark, and that should be dark. If that's the case, then these two end up being dark, and that satisfies their requirements for each other. So we end up doing this thing, right? Now every one of these tiles has one neighbor that is exactly one neighbor that is the same color it is. And then here, this one needs two neighbors that are the same color. And this one needs two neighbors that are the same color. Oh, hello. Okay, maybe the area where we're going to learn about the tree puzzles. Not what I'm into right this second, though. This is all the stuff above. Okay, we'll come back to that. I think we've actually got something here. Let's try to make use of it. So... I want to go over here. So let me just see something. If I swap like this, my hypothesis is This will turn blue. This will turn black. Okay. That's really interesting. So can we make everything blue? Well, we need to get down here and see what the deal is with this one. Okay, this one wants 1. So how do we space these out correctly? Part of the problem here is that once we start handing platforms off to the other puzzles, we're going to lose the ability to maneuver easily. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna take this platform over to fetch the one that's off the side of the puzzle right now. We're gonna pull that into the puzzle. So then we can take this and connect it down to here, thereby creating a thing where we have 2 platforms. We do this. Well, like I need to be able to retrieve this, but we can only move it around when we're on the thing that it's on. So I move it over to there, and then okay, so we've disconnected you from the network. Get this and move it up here. So now these 2 are satisfying each other. But that's not actually good. Sorry, hold on, because we need to... Alright, so now we move this bridge away. We can leave these 2 connected to each other. So let's disconnect that. And see, this is the complicated part, right? Like I need to break some of these off, but we need to end up connecting ourselves back into the network of bridges as a whole. So if I do this, then when I turn this bridge that way, all of the platforms will be happy, right? Yes, and that made a noise. Oh, I know where the noise was. Now we have to figure out a way to get over there, though. Let's try to go through the tree area up top here, because it'll be that door, right? That door had 9 spots on it for lights, and only some of them were lit up. Yes, this door. And we didn't know what it was before, but it makes perfect sense for it to be mapped to this thing. Shit. Well, I don't know what to do with this. That's guaranteed dark. Okay, it's not like pair the different shapes. It's not pair the different shapes in the shape that they are in. And again, it would be super helpful if things would like flash or so, you know, if the puzzle would just indicate to me in any way what's gone wrong. Okay, I do have another question. I'm going to go back and uncomplete the pillar puzzle and see if that door closes. Because if the door does close, then we have to figure out what the deal is with it right now before attempting any more puzzles in this area. Which I don't want to be the case. I want to be free to like play around with things in the order of my choosing, and we'll just see. Nope, the door did definitely close. Yeah, you can hear it moving. That's a real shame, because like there's stuff over here that I want to do, but that we can't do without breaking this, because necessarily this platform ends up having to have a thing connected to it. Ah, that's a really frustrating way to design this. You know, I'm not trying to say that Jonathan Blow is like a great human being or anything. I have no idea. But he is very good at the thing he does, and most game designers are not really able to be the same thing. Okay, maybe the way that we're supposed to think about this is like, rather than having the boxes be representative of trunk sections or whatever, it's like you're representing the subdivisions. The branches are the bits in between the boxes. So like, I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm trying to do here. This tree does have the full 8 branches, right? It does fork and then fork and fork and then fork 4 more times. So yeah, I have no idea why this is wrong. Alright, we'll come back to this, I suppose. Let's try to solve that puzzle beyond the door so that we can let the door close. I have no idea if these gardens are going to factor into anything in any way. My guess would be probably, but it's hard to know exactly what. The fact that we can still see them while we're down here definitely feels like it is suggesting something. So what could this possibly be? One is dark, one of the purples is dark, one of the purples is light. We're not just trying to draw the shapes that are depicted in the things. We're not trying to group them. Yeah, there's just nothing to work with here. And I can't access any of the other parts of this area at all without closing the door. So I really would like to get this done first. There is definitely too much space here to just brute force this. But if we could like brute force one, we could at least look at it and try to divine what the answer is from the, or what, you know, what the rules are from the thing. As it is, giving me these puzzles that just like, they have no way for you to know what the answer, they have no way for you to divine what the rules could be because they're too large and there's too much going on in them. You do just kind of have to like stare at it until you make intuitive leaps. Okay, I didn't figure that was right, but I thought maybe... So this is like this shape wanting all of the tiles around it to be different colors than it is. This shape wanting them all to be the same. Because like these are the same colors as the flowers, and that strongly implies... Okay. So this one's forced on. What if it's just referring to the spaces horizontally? Because it totally could be, right? So that would have to be dark. The spaces in this horizontal line are necessarily not all going to be the same color though. So like that would be the way you would read the yellow symbol if this is what these are, right? That everything in the line is the same, or maybe it's just like the tiles that are immediately adjacent are the same color as me. If this doesn't have anything to do with the flower colors, it's definitely a misstep on their part to make the symbols the same color as the flowers. Because then you're just like, you're introducing noise. What are the dimensions of this puzzle? It's a 5x3. Okay. So the flower beds outside are a 6x4. If you combine them all, they make a 6x4 shape. So I thought maybe they were the hint here. Maybe they were the answer to the first one. Because again, if we had an answer, we could just try to we could divine the puzzle rules from it. Okay, what could we possibly have gotten from the puzzle that led us in here, as far as the meaning of this symbol goes? Maybe they're just exactly the inverse of what I'm expecting them to be? Nope. It's probably not about the spaces horizontally adjacent to the symbol, because if it was, it would be really bad for the teaching puzzle to have 3 of those things on the edges. I don't necessarily have a lot of faith in the teaching puzzles in this game, but I think we can give them credit enough to say that they wouldn't do that, which would just muddle the meaning of the symbol further. So then what would it be? Okay, I was wondering if maybe these like represent the end points of lines. It's like everything through these blocks will be the color of the symbols, but nope, it's not indicating that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this might unfortunately be another one where the information we need to solve it is supposed to be gained somewhere else, and we come to this afterward. I really do hate that though. All right. So if we want to work this area at all, we have to undo the door, then come back and do it later. Also, I gotta be honest with you, I was expecting, rather than opening that door, what I was expecting solving that puzzle to do was to light up the... No, wait, this isn't gonna go to the right place. Was to light up the power symbol, or the power line that is on the pedestals. Because right now, if we run back through here... Very curious. Right now there's like this, right? And we need the power to be on in this line before we can do those step puzzles up there. Which means I guess we need to turn this on and then build a bridge that carries the power across like that. All right, so let's break this thing. So these would need to be getting power already, and that power comes from somewhere else. Is there a way to figure out where that power line ran from? Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, it also runs down here. We didn't actually look at this little garden area very much. Okay, there's puzzles that we can actually do down here. So, interesting that I'm allowed to change that. All right, we want one adjacent to this to be this color and one adjacent to this to be the other color, which it already is. Wait. Right? No, sorry. We want one adjacent to this to be dark. Yeah. All right. And then each of these has one adjacent to them that's light. There are so many different solutions for these, and they're all so easy. Huh. I don't get what's... It's strange, right? So one adjacent to each of these is light. One adjacent to each of these is dark. If I just light these up, oh no, sorry, these are different numbers. So you need 2 of your neighbors to be lit. You need 3 of your neighbors to be lit. Does that not? 202. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. If you turn those both on, they fill out the entire puzzle very cleanly. If we just light those 2 up, they solve themselves. Okay, this one is going to be like marginally more interesting, right? But 2 of these have to be lit and 2 of them have to be dark, so one of these 2 has to be turned on. Yeah, that right there was the only puzzle in any of these 10 that took even a moment of thought. What is going on in this game? Alright, it would probably be a good idea to solve this just so that we have the gate open. Because it's a pain in the ass to get around on this island. So... right now... So, like, in a situation like this, where it's at the edge of the puzzle, it lets us treat the tile that's off as satisfying whatever, right? It seems to be the case. So, like, if this is lit, then this has to be dark. All 4 of these have to be lit. If these 2 are both lit, then this is satisfied whether it's turned on or not, right? You want 3 of the adjacent tiles to be the same, which means you want that to be lit, and then you have to be lit because those have to be the same color you are. And then there's a sort of a discontinuity. This is a different puzzle on its own off to the side. So you need everything around you to be the same color you are. Which means we could just leave this all dark. There has to be one thing lit. So, like... Yeah, we want to do this, right? Because there has to be one thing adjacent to this that is dark. I guess this is going to hinge on exactly how these things behave at the edge of the puzzle. And you can be... So we want all these to be dark, so you want to be lit so that most of these can be dark and one thing can be lit. Yeah, don't bother flashing what's wrong. Okay. This one's right, this one's right. I mean, this one has 2 in 1, so it's a little awkward. Okay, let's make you... If I make you lit, this also has to be lit. But that's fine, right? And then we need you to be dark and this to be dark. So if this is lit, all the 4 tiles around it have to be lit. Then that makes this lit, so it needs exactly 1 tile around it to be lit, which it has. This is dark. It needs exactly 1 tile around it to be dark, which it has. Oh, this one's... Sorry, this one's wrong. If this is lit, it needs only 1 of these 2 to be lit. So this has to be like this. You need 2 of the tiles around you to be dark and 2 of them to be lit, but maybe it's more important that we satisfy the yellow part than the other part? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, that gives us an easy way down into this area. Shortcuts is good. Okay, so now that we have the power running from here, we can... Ooh, wait, actually... Hey, this is a problem. If I move this, we're going to lose the power. Yeah. But as things stand right now, we actually don't have enough power to... Or we don't have enough platforms to connect up the power on these sides. Right? We would actually need... All of these need to be in place, plus we need to have more. It's easy enough to connect up the power over this way, at least. Well, fuck. All right. So there are 3 different colors of pips here. Which means that the colors maybe just can't mean anything, since there's no situation where we can have 3 different states on a button. I guess except for using the marks. Huh. So, I mean, the thing that makes sense to me intuitively is for these to be representations of shapes where each of the pips in the cell is a space on the grid. So, like this thing being in a 3x3 that is lit up, and this thing is part of one of those shapes that is lit up. This thing is part of, you know, itself lit up. This one also lit up. This would seem to satisfy all of the requirements of this puzzle if that is what those symbols meant. And this doesn't work, so it can't be. But what else could it be? Okay, this we can work with. So these 2 have to be dark, and these 2 have to be lit. How do we want to split this up then? if I do like that, we have a shape that contains these two, then we have a shape that contains these two. And then I need to, these two are dark. These two are, well, that's problematic though. Because I can't, like, all of these spaces have to remain dark for this shape to work, but that means this space has to be lit. But this can't be, This is way cleaner. Yeah. The puzzle's not quite radially symmetrical, so it matters a lot which side you cant to when trying to satisfy the lit up portion there. Okay, we get combinations of the puzzle bits. Right, so if this is lit, if we light up all of these, then on the ones that are next to the dark diamond shapes, we can just light one other space to satisfy the yellow symbol. Oh, this is interesting. So, like, the shape for the white diamonds wraps around like this, right? The shape for the blue diamonds wraps around the other one. So this one needs to be dark, and this one needs to be lit. And you could solve this a bunch of different ways, right? Because the blue shape could be wrapped around like this, but fundamentally it's always going to be the same logic. Okay, interesting. So these two have to be the same color, which means these two are the same color as well. These two are the same color, but that we knew already. So it could be like, this is a dark pair. This works, right? This is a dark pair. Well, except that these connect to each other. Well, these spaces would have to be lit. There we go. So if we do something like this, we've sequestered these two off into their own area. These two all purple petal spaces are completely surrounded by tiles that are a different color than they are. These can... Right? Now we've got this one completely inverted as well. Yeah, this is a valid solution. These puzzles are pretty. They feel nice on my brain. So if we say, let's light this whole thing up just to make it really obvious that we've got it solved. This thing has to be lit, as does exactly one of these two. Then this is dark, dark. There are 7 diamonds. Wait a second. Is this going to count as a shape of this color for the purpose of pairing with that thing? Yes, it totally does. So it's not just diamonds, it's any shape of this color pairs with a diamond. Because I was going to say there's 7 diamonds, so the puzzle's not solvable unless it works that way. That's tricksy. Okay. But this can't be in the same... Yeah. Huh. So this has to be the opposite of the colors of those. Okay, if we do that, that breaks these two off into their own little area. And then this breaks the rest of the diamonds off into their own little areas while keeping the purple tiles totally inverted. And this isn't even going to open this damn thing because, like, there's another red line running in here from that. So we still have to solve those puzzles before we can open the rest of the shortcut. Why are the shortcuts so fucking hard to open in this game? So how do we want to do this? This is stuck in the on positions. That gives us this, which gives us that. And then these two, if these are lit, these two have to be dark. Okay, so we know all of that. This also has to be dark to avoid overloading this area with yellow shapes. So this is dark and that's dark. This is in the off position, so these all have to be off. We get the same thing happening over here to some extent. I'm going to use the marker, actually, to mark the spaces that we know must stay dark. So then this must be lit. This must be dark. Which means this has to pair there and this has to pair over there. Right, and then we just flip this thing's color, and I think that's actually a solution. No, something has to be lit to separate this shape from these shapes. So actually, if we leave that dark and light up the tiles around it, that does separate things out very cleanly. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is the only shape that has purple in it, so it has to match with this. And I guess for the purpose of matching, this would count as a purple shape or a yellow shape then. So let's say we leave it all dark. Maybe we do that, and that's that dark shape, right? This shape must stay dark, this shape must stay dark. And if that's the case, we can weave... Well, the problem is, though... Well, no. There's no diamonds here, though. It's okay for a weird number of yellow shapes to be grouped in this outer dark group, because there's no diamonds that need to be matched. The exactly two of us rule is a rule of the diamonds, not a rule of all objects. Okay. So if we do something like this, we can go like, right, that causes those to be satisfied. And then you need exactly two dark shapes adjacent. You two both need exactly two dark shapes adjacent. I think this works, right? No? Oh, right, because the diamonds are seeing this as a shape that is the same color that they are. So... But if I do this, these shapes aren't going to treat the situation as solved because they need their yellows to have matched. Which means... Hold on. It means this shape and the diamond next to it have to be the same color. Which means that this diamond has to not be connected to anything else. This is the pairing shape for this diamond. So each one of these diamonds is going to be paired with an object in the middle. So you need to be dark so as not to break the thing. So these are your two matches. Then if we light these two up and we do like and what I want to do is we want to try to match these. This doesn't work. Shit. We want to match up the diamond with this thing, but we have to cut it off from the other. Right? Does this work? No, we have the diamond in the dark spot with that. You have exactly two spaces adjacent that are the same color, as do you, as do you. Yeah, this is a viable solution, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm wondering if grouping these two together is a trap. It seems so obvious. Well, no, I guess this has to be a different color than that tile, for sure. Right, so that means this has to match with that shape. Yeah. And then these will have to all be lit. Problematic. Okay, hold on. What we know for sure. These two have to be different colors. Then once we've picked a color for this space, all the other spaces adjacent to the purple petal shape have to be the same. That would make this true, which also makes this true. And now the problem that we have is that those two yellow petal shapes naturally pair. Oh, you know what? Maybe this isn't a problem at all, though. Here's a question. Does this work? Because this is a yellow thing in a color wheel, in a colored area with one other shape that has yellow in it, and a purple diamond in a space that has one other purple shape. We've never seen before whether they can share a partner. Yes, they can. Okay, it doesn't need to be distinct pairs of objects. It can be an overlapping pair. That's really interesting. Okay, so we're going to have to do that again then. Right, because the yellows and the purples are locked as different colors from each other, so one of these is going to match to each. It's tricky, though. Okay. Right, that gives us... That satisfies this thing. It matches both of these. It does mean that we have to get the other... We'd have to get the other black diamond included if we're going to do that. Which we can't do. And only one tile that is adjacent to this can be the same color that it is. Which does get solved by this wrap all the way around thing. If we do that, we just include all the corners in this group. Does that work? And then we need exactly one space adjacent to this thing to be the other color. But it can't be that one. It's critically important that it's not that one. Does that not work? Oh no, sorry. It has to be exactly one space adjacent to this is the other color. So I guess that means... that's actually trickier than I had realized. Because only one space adjacent to this gets to be dark. It has to be one of these two because this needs exactly one lit space, so it also needs one dark space in these two. But if we do this, it breaks the grouping. And it would have to be the case that both of these are lit no matter what. The only thing we get to change is which of these two is lit. So this format of solution doesn't actually work. Well, okay, hold on. It works if the open side is here, though, right? Yeah. So now the lit spaces are matched up. You have the right number of adjacent colors. You have the right number of adjacent colors. Yeah, this is a solution. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now we just have to figure out how to turn on the other half of this. Opening up this gate is harder than any of the torch lighting areas that we've done so far, and that feels very strange to me. It is also definitely not a thing we're going to finish doing right now. That is going to have to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, hopefully we're going to figure out a little something about some of these symbols that we still don't understand, because I'm starting to get to the point where I'm feeling very bottlenecked by my ignorance. and we'll see you then.